280% hero damage or something like that now. It's absolutely insane. There'll be a lot of damage coming out.
We'll see if he does. I mean, if he does go for it, I think he probably will. It does appear to be really strong. And hey, you know, we got fun, right? The first turn, cutting the pick from one team first. OG takes it away, and they're bringing it back to them. Maybe show them how it's done. This is exciting, and we do get to see the Centaur again. I mentioned it in the earlier series this morning. Big fan of this hero right now. A lot of these old offlaners that were kind of just completely gone out of the meta are starting to come back. In particular, it's the Stampede. It's 90 seconds at all levels. It's unbelievably strong now. They've buffed literally every single one of them. It does feel pretty good, and it gives them an extra form to actually be able to do stuff and force action. As with Topson playing Pugna, it might be a little bit harder for them to actually get like lockdown because they do lack that from the mid laner. This will provide that, and yeah, we'll see what Topson is able to do as Pugna. As this is, you know, he is an absolute specialist. You know, this is one of his most
30
played.
seconds to battle.
Will definitely be a treat here, but Soxa has attracted a little bit more attention than I think he'd really like. Care Production will buy him a little bit more time, but it still looks like he is going to be the first blood as Skylark will swing that mighty sword. Get a nice root off here as well coming out from Spartan. Seb forced to run away, but again, he is fairly tanky, so he's going to be able to just walk out of that jungle, but they all took a lot of damage there, Fogged.
Yeah, they did. They were able to find the ward
The
immediately,
battle
too.
begins.
That's the thing, is like they found Soxa, so they know there's a ward on the high ground. They were able to take that one away. However, it does look like OG's gonna get themselves 3 of those bounty runes. Stoneman only able to grab the 1. And now did anyone skill anything completely terrible? No, right?
I don't think so.
Normal abilities, okay.
Yeah.
Nothing breaking. Okay, good. I saw Ano, he's holding the skill point just in case. Topson, yeah, everyone else just skill cording. Yeah, sprays and whatnot.
So nothing too crazy lost there. Of course, you know, that regen was a little bit of an issue because they were forced to use quite a bit of it, especially over on the side of OG. But, you know, it's the start of the game. Everything's fine. I will say, though, for those of you who are not familiar with Stoneman, this Shadow Shaman, he plays a lot of it. And we talk about how aggressive he's been with that Earth Spirit. He's still very aggressive with his Shaman as well. And luckily, his team has that synergy. Well, they will back him up, but definitely not as playmaking as the Earth Spirit, for sure.
Yeah,
careful with that courier.
No tell, will you get it?
Yes.
Speedy
He
325.
will. He's on a horse, Fog. He's got it.
He is? Well, this is slow horse heroes. I don't know. Actually, are there any slow horse? I don't think there are. Good call, actually. Horse heroes are fast.
Yeah. Yep.
Used to not always be.
It makes sense, you know? Logic in my game of magic and... But they are duking it out over here. They have to be a little bit careful. Someone, of course, does hit very hard, but No Tail, of course, does have ways of protecting himself and getting a better advantage here.
No Tail's happy as long as he's hitting him instead of hitting the creeps, right? Because then Ana can maybe try to get last hits because of that massive base damage that that Shadow Shaman does have. We still see... I'll say Humble God. You know what? I'll give it to everybody. I'll say Humble God. He's struggling still. He can't actually get many last hits down here versus this Shadow Shaman and Doom. He's at only 1 right now.
God, Humble God sounds so anime. I'm sorry.
I know. I can't say. I don't think I can say it honestly.
I can hear it in the Japanese like anime voice.
I've known Nana too long too. I don't know.
Well, it's like when No Tail tried to rebrand. Remember, he wanted to be Big
Dire's
Daddy.
middle tower is under
Big Daddy No Tail. Then he escaped off and he's back to No Tail.
I think most rebrands just don't work. Like even like what Eurus, everyone just calls it Baratze. You know, it's make it sit. As we're seeing mid, Topson doing very well in this matchup. It's quite
Dire's
a
middle
favored
tower
one.
is
You
under
you have some
attack.
place to dodge some damage with your flip guards and your slights, but you're just getting poked and your tower is getting harassed too. And as we said, Topson comfortable with all matchups pretty much.
It's definitely the situation we saw in the last game too, when Topson was on the Riki and you had it just changed up with Wish, of course, playing that Pugna. So it's going to be a bit difficult, but there are plenty of ways for this Ember to try to get themselves back into the game more comfortably. But of course, that is going to come at the cost, most likely, of a tower because Pugna does push so quickly. No Tail.
Topson's gonna be huge, honestly. This mid lane.
He's dead.
He'll die.
Your entrails festoon my horns.
Look at this. Topson's even contesting the small camp. So
Yeah.
being an absolute nuisance for Wish.
Handsome devil, aren't I?
Be interested to see just, you know, the pressure that Topson is going to be able to put down early on here. It is a little bit faster of a lineup than last time around. And you know that they want to put a lot of pressure onto this Alchemist, but they get a kick back over here onto Spartan. They'll get the stomp and is forced out that Fairy Fire, but down goes the Oracle.
Very nicely done. Seb, although he's not getting the most lasted Seb here, gets himself the kill. He's gone for this naked build into a Ring of Health, so he'll have extra sustain. Probably still going Vanguard. I think this is like a new thing because it got buffed. It just feels good. Hero like the Centaur anyway. We will see Thompson, level 5. They're gonna double TP to mid, cure the rune. Both supports here trying to help out Wish.
Well, I think they want to hinder Thompson as much as possible.
Yeah.
Is my guess here. So Spartan.
And Spartan though. He is pay for it.
Yeah, he's the unlucky one. He picked the wrong side. He's trying to get Roshan to pay attention to him, but just a little bit too late there.
I like that though. He nukes the Roche. He's like, come here. Come get a hit on him.
Notice me, senpai.
No. Yeah.
Sorry, too many anime references. Did you know that Dota has an anime, by the way, Fog? Let's chill out completely here.
And he was right. Now bottom, Doxa making another move.
Stoneman trying to find this opening. Does have the Fairy Fire, though, and they've got the Aphotic Shield over here on Humble God. They're looking, they're hunting. Can they find him? It looks like they'll turn back around. They need to be careful, though. Ana can't afford to go down here. Stoneman does get taken down by Humble God. Roll forward, though, again, coming out from Soxa. It's pretty difficult to get a kill on a Doom here, but they do manage to find a kill on the Courier. Did he die to Tau?
The range creep.
Oh, okay.
I think that one single range creep that's right next to Skylark right there just took out on his Courier.
That feels bad.
Okay, that would actually kill it. Maybe it wasn't, I don't even know.
There's a lot going on during that.
He got his item delivered. He got the Band of Elven skin delivered in the meantime, so now he's gonna keep his farm going, and now they can't actually pressure down bottom too much. Doom and the Shadow Shaman, they're gonna have to just go elsewhere. Like, Skylark's gonna have to start doing this, regulation, and we're gonna have to see where Stominen wants to go. I don't think you can actually bully the PL whatsoever now. He's gonna just be able to farm, and you're just gonna give up kills if you
Radiant's
come down
bottom
here.
tower
Well, they
is
brought
under
Stoneman
attack.
back down for now.
Dire's
Managed to go get the kill on the Courier.
killed.
I feel like it's very dangerous, though, to just leave Humble God all alone, like, and let him just get free farm.
Dire's top tower is under
Yeah, no,
attack.
definitely. I think maybe it might be time. I'm like wondering if maybe Wish should make the move down here soon, because like it really does feel like he's just going to be able to fully sustain with this Abaddon and behind him with the Doom, like versus the Doom. Doom's damage is slow. The Scorched Earth until he has actual Doom online, he's not really threat at all.
Radiant
Maybe they
structures
just have to
are
keep themselves
fortified.
parked down here, but I think it's just risky. I think Soxa, he can a lot of plays.
I mean, if you
We'll see
leave
what they end up doing.
if you leave the mid lane, then you run into the issue of just your tower going down. Focus does have to be careful. They got an Urn Charge on him. Does have Spartan nearby, but they are starting to get extremely aggressive. Seb going on in, runs in. He's going to be able to go get the kill onto Spartan. But are they going to be able to get anything else here? That is the question. They would love to get their hands onto Focus. Bottom lane, though, there's the Shackles coming out over onto Ana. Not quite enough damage, though. Just going to try to poke at him a bit.
Can't quite go for more, but Stampede's low cooldown, as we know now, 90 seconds. So the first usage of it, very nice. They even almost get some good damage on the bottom too. I actually saw Skylark drop low, and what we're talking about. It's like I'm just not sure how they want to distribute their resources. Because as you said, yeah, you don't want to leave mid either. It's just it seems tough for BRAME now for these next few months. But you know what? They're happy because at least
Dire's
the
top
Optimist is
tower
farming. But
is under
you have to
attack.
just feel a little worried because all three cores are starting to get this big farm on OG. So you have to start making some moves around the map to at least slow down somebody.
I just feel like they're going to keep continuing to poke at Alchemist as well. And yes, he's getting the farm currently, but it's just so easy for them when they have like an Earth Spirit, when you've got Thompson who can just start taking down towers, starting to really, you know, open up the map more towards OG. Starts to get very claustrophobic for the side of BRAME.
Yeah, at least now Skylark, he's got the 6. So he's got Doom online, so now he can actually stay down here. But yeah, Stominen sitting around mid, trying to protect Wish. Soxa, Hobson, both are ready.
Radiant's bottom
Rune's
tower
coming out
is
in
under
about
attack.
15 seconds.
Some movement here. You can see Soxa getting to position. They'll use the Decrepify, slow. Life drain. Just gonna slide himself away. Just need to be careful of Stoneman's here. Nice silence, though. We'll keep it from using the Shackles immediately. Remnants forward here from Wish.
Rune's off.
Spartan trying to hold on to it long enough here. He is forced to pick it up, though, so No-Tail cannot grab it. Go root him into place. Mission Stoneman is there a bit slow, but, you know, here comes Skylark. He's a fast boy. He's going to be able to body block, so they'll find themselves a kill.
Very nice. And wow, no hesitation from Skylark. He actually TPs to the bottom tower just from right pretty close to. Just doesn't want to miss what looked like a double creep. Won't have a TP available to go help out the lanes. And immediately we actually see Ana is the one who makes the rotation to top. And Seb, he's just contesting jungle. Don't let Seb target those
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That is a big problem. They need to help focus out here and make sure that he can get his farm on.
Every time, too. Oh,
Stop.
Yeah, there.
So it's going to be the Hex, though. They'll follow up. All right, not going to be able to run away from this one this time around. Followed up with a nice route into place, but they just don't really have that much damage just yet. And they're all out of ways to cancel it. Oh, never mind. In comes Wishes, gets those searing chains off. Throw out the Hex. It's taken a lot to kill Seb, but they eventually find it. And Skylark was sitting very, very low down here himself. Needs to be careful. Roll forward coming out from Soxa. Not going to be able to quite connect. It was close.
And that's a Doom. That was a Doom used on Thompson for Skylark to kind of just get away from there.
I thought you were going to say...
Their stack. Huh?
I thought you were going to say that was a Doom for what? Nah.
Doom to survive. When he lives, and if he died, then it's a Doom for what?
You have some more stacks coming out, though, over here on the side of BRAME, so they need to protect them, though. That's going to be very important that the Alchemist is able to actually get them and that they're not contested here. But Stoneman, I'm following up with the Hex immediately. Gets a nice silence off from Soxa, but the body blocks coming out from Skylark will make sure that he's not able to roll on out. Stoneman looking for an angle here, just burning to death, and they don't even need those shackles as down he goes. But now, of course, we're seeing some pressure being placed over here on this mid lane. Have a Pug that makes things difficult, and Focus is trying his best here, but No-Tail's been a thorn in his side, as has Seb. One more hit, down goes that middle tower.
Radiant's bottom tower
Centaur
is
shows
under
up with
attack.
the Pugna, PL shows up top.
Dire's
Both these
top
towers
tower
gonna go
is
down
under
the
attack.
jungle. Just has to be quite careful as Thompson, he's on top of him. The slow from Stampede.
They are, and he's just not going to be able to run away fast. But the body blocks are coming out from No-Tail, though he does sit very low. Spartan is nearby. Going to be able to save him. A little bit longer by coming out. Now it's not looking good here for this Ember Spirit, who does have a remnant. Comes back up again. Was a bit close for comfort.
Radiant's bottom
Roll forward, coming out from Soxa. Gonna be able to give a kick off to someone, maybe the wrong direction there, just a little bit. Spartan does go down. As for the OG heroes, make their way to the jungle.
The left side. OG has fully claimed it with all
Dire's
these heroes.
top
Now they have to make sure they keep
attack.
this right side, because that's where the majority of those big stacks really are. Focus, he's starting to work on them, but OG, they know. Like, they want to run up here and invade. Sam's still not making the way over when he's the big tanky one. They do need him to walk onto that high ground. Zoxer's going to go in for the set.
Got vision now. It's not looking good for Stoneman as he is going to get life drained. Skylark chasing after Thompson here. A little bit of a heal tossed out by No-Tail. Seb, again, big tanky boy, gets the stomp off. Look at this life drain. The roll in coming out from Soxa. And one more hit should do the trick. Down goes Skylark.
I just realized Seb got the dream. Not only does he have the Vanguard, but he got the chip vest
Dire's
too.
top tower
The max
is under
retaliate,
attack.
so he can just walk behind these creeps and look how much damage it actually does. Like, he takes 0 damage for this. They're applying pressure all over, and PL is getting all
Spartan. Spartan. What are you doing? Oh, Spartan, life drain, but does manage to go. Throw out that W, and they're on the hunt now for Thompson, it looks like. They've got the remnants coming forward. There's an Alchemist nearby. The room to place, they'll be able to go, use that Stampede. So, Skellyman, who was already very fast, is going to be even faster, and he thanks that with a lovely tip. And they take the stack. Oh, no!
The chip vest,
Radiant
the retaliate.
are scanning.
Again, there, low cooldown. If this was the old Centaur, these Stampedes would not be coming out as frequent. Stampede saves Thompson, and now they're able to walk away while also taking.
That feels so bad if you're a BRAME fan, but if you're OG, you're giggling the entire time as you take those.
Yeah, as we always say, an Alchemist game is an Alchemist game. Alchemist is only 700 net worth, 600 net worth above the Continentally, not even 1,400 above a PL who now has Diffusal. So PL is going to get involved with this team now, and Alchemist needs time. He doesn't even have Radiance yet.
Yeah,
I'm
you know.
Say yet, like it's 12 minutes in, like it's late or something. But it's an Alchemist, so.
It is. It's definitely one of those situations where you want your Alch to be ahead, but you want him to be ahead a lot further than this as well.
Dire's
Yana
middle tower
continues to
is
just
under
be
attack.
elusive, move around the map, get his farm on. And it seems like he's having a great time. Focus is working hard for that money.
Regeneration.
Dire are scanning.
Diffusal's online.
Look at this
Time for
pincering.
Ana to start joining into the fray.
Be careful here. Soxa and No-Tail both Revealing themselves. No Tail's absolutely fine. Roll in, coming out from Sox. A little bit off the mark, though. They need to be careful, though. Thompson coming in hot. They'll follow up with the mass TPs. They're trying to just take down Stomach. They're not going to be able to. The Doom comes out from Skylar. So it looks like Thompson's not going to be a part of this now. And it's going to be Soxa who gets taken down. SSA Spartan is also down. Ana, he's left all alone here. He's going to need some help from the rest of his team, but they just don't have the lockdown. No Tail following up here is going to be able to go heal him back into play. Seth being held as well. As he gets a nice stomp off over onto 2. Life Drain comes out over onto the Alchemist. They still, Ana still alive and kicking, just chases down after focus. Down he goes, Thompson getting the final hit off. What looked like it was going to be a dangerous place here. For the humble god proves to be just a piece of cake when he's got the rest of his team there to support him.
Oh my. And he just cleans up
Dire's
all of
bottom
the
tower
circle.
is under
And
attack.
I mean, it's just gone from an Alchemist game to a PL game really quickly as he's just taken over Seb, even trying to connect on Skylar, and Skylar won't get away.
Did you watch Seb? He just goes, hits some of the creeps, is like, Skylar, yeah, the rest of the team's gonna come clean you up, probably. Hex coming out, though, over on the side, but now Storm, he is just completely isolated from the rest of his team, as Humble got going pretty deep here, was chasing after Spartan and Skylar. Looks like we are going to lose the Shadow Shaman, which trying his best to help out, but the roll forward coming out from Soxa, plus that blast, will be able to take down the Shaman, and they'll find themselves another pick-off here. Soxa going perhaps just a bit too far, as the rest of OG sitting up over on this cliff face, waiting for them to get too greedy, waiting for them to jump onto Ana, but it looks like they're playing a little safe here now.
The way that they're just running it just looks just like OG, you know, just like the way that they like to play it, and just making this chaos happen around the enemy triangle into an Alchemist turn. They're just running away with it. Even though, you know, it's only 2k lead, but you're playing into
Dire's bottom
it's
tower
that
is
much
under attack.
more effective.
Dire's bottom tower
Just
has fallen.
another display by OG in this game where the battle, constant battling, and the downtime that BRAME has to take. The Chemical Rage is gone and Doom is down. It's like, how do you fight? OG, I feel like they don't have to rely on anything. Stampede feels like it's always up. Og.Ana has no cooldowns. PL has no cooldowns. They can just always keep running at him. Just keep the battle coming, and then Alchemist can't actually get his good farm that he'd like to.
It's such controlled chaos, though. Like, that's just the interesting thing about that. You know, you watch No Tail run in, immediately pop the ult, the roll coming through as well. He looks like he's trapped in the corner, and I know BRAME, they're like, oh, we're gonna get him, you know, they're running after them, they want this. But just No Tail in a good position, throwing out heals. Just all the pieces really just came together. Seb had a great double stomp.
Yeah. It really is just buddy.
Oh, focus.
Healing coming out as focus.
Oh,
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, he's got Spartan. Spartan can go and throw out that false promise at the very least, keep him alive, but they do manage to pick up over onto Thompson, so that's looking pretty good. Spartan now, it looks like he is going to get taken down, but you know what? He hit his R button, he kept focus alive, and that is what a good Oracle should do. But unfortunately, this is looking a little scary now here for Wish, because he doesn't have anyone to keep him alive. The follow-up with the Serpent Wars, get a nice slide off, being able to hold his plays over onto Seb. Wish now forced away Skylar. He's big and tanky, but doesn't have any mana left. There's going to be a roll forward coming out for Soxa. Focus, chasing after Soxa. They're looking for an opening, but in comes Ana over onto the back line. He's a little bit too far forward. Beautiful stop, though, coming out from Seb. Over on the side as Ana runs away. He's going to be protected. They'll end up losing Soxa. They end up losing now to Seb running, just galloping away, but they're just going to keep chasing after this pony, and one more hit. Focus will happily take that kill.
Okay, they pushed the limits a little bit too much. They just kept going and going and going. Everyone's running out of mana, running out of health, so continuing to go. Now the Radiance. It started to. That one started to hurt. The Radiance takes, plus just even the Scorched Earth AoE damage. It started to take them a bit low. And it did lose Thompson, as you said, early on. And a very different item build, too, from Thompson. I saw him building it straight Octarine. So since he just builds in from the Aether Lens, and Aether Lens is just such a core item on him, he wanted to just go for the full finish.
Well, game is still very young here. We're only at 17 minutes, despite the fact we have seen quite a lot of fighting. Maybe it'll end up paying off.
Maybe. I haven't seen a rush Octarine. He's probably feeling like he's got such a comfy game.
Why not? Why not?
Very top tier. Just go for an item, you know?
Thompson is, of course, right underneath a ward here.
Dire's middle tower
Off the
is
jump
under
forward here from
attack.
Seb, but immediately the Delta
Give it.
split. Focus is still in the vicinity, though. He needs to be a little bit careful because the rest of OG, they're on their way. Might be a little bit too greedy. I get it. You want to fight them for this, but I don't think this is the play here. Alchemist. Life Drain comes out. Good save wave here from Spartan. Will keep focus alive just a little bit longer for Spartan. Again, he is going to be the one who gets jumped on. Down he goes, couple slides, focus, still alive and kicking. No mana to speak of. Rest of OG looking very healthy.
They just force the issue so hard. Like, they know he's going to go back in there. They just know. They're like, all right, whatever. He's going to get both from us. Who cares? Force this. Just go. Force this. You know, we're making space. On up. Goes right back to bottom. Continues farming. We're applying so much pressure. We're never giving them this, like, this looming downtime where it's like, oh my god, Alchemist, he's getting too big. Oh no. Like, look immediately. They just run into the enemy jungle again with 3-4 heroes. Just continue applying this pressure. BRAME, they have to poke them out of here. They have to get the rats out of their house.
And they're struggling to do it, that's for sure.
Yep. They do have Skylark with BKB now, though, so he's a lot stronger now, especially into OG's draft 2. They're all kind of magical. Even like the PL, sure, you're a physical component, but you're about the diffusal and about the burning. This will be pretty helpful for them to actually initiate the fight.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Like things have calmed down just a tiny bit. Get a bit of a breather here from all the fighting that's been going on. But it does definitely feel like Ana has just been allowed to kind of play his own game. And it almost feels like, too, you know, he doesn't feel pressured to be a part of these fights. He shows up sometimes. They keep him alive. It feels like he's the golden goose in a sense right now. Just making sure that he's happy and healthy and we're making space.
It's an excellent PL game, right? The only thing he really has to worry about is getting doomed, which that should never really happen as a PL, and just the Ember Spirit getting too big and just being able to clear out the illusions throughout the majority of the game. Everything else, it looks great for PL. Like Shadow Shaman and Oracle, they do much nothing. You're gonna just walk right through these two, clean up wards. Same thing even with like the Alchemist. It can be tough. Alch takes some more time before he wants to be able to deal with the PL, but then PL's fine. You need to just be much more ahead as an Alchemist. He wanted to be able to deal with that PL. He just isn't.
I mean, we talk about the Alchemist as being kind of like an aha pick, but I mean, there's not, once you pick those supports up fairly early, you don't have a good way to deal with the spam plants. I mean, a lot of people right now are saying the Dazzle shard, right? With the fact that you can hex the poison touch from multiple targets. Seems to be pretty nice, but it's like, maybe they'll find themselves a pick off. To get the root off, but they're right near a tower. I don't know about this, BRAME. I like the hook spawn, you guys, but yeah, Wish finds a kill on Thompson over on the back lines. Look, they'll be able to clean up over onto Socks, and now No-Tail running for his life. Skylark is here, manages to go, getting one of these nice hits, tries to body block a bit, waiting for Wish to just catch up here. They need maybe a nuke here from Spartan, but not going to be able to quite get that final couple hits of damage.
Structures are fortified.
Good. Catch Thompson just walking. Maybe even TPing into the midst of the fray and just take him out instantly. 7. He tanks through it all, but get the big target.
A bit surprising. Again, I was worried. Like going right underneath the tower like that, I figured that they would end up paying for just being maybe a little bit too greedy. But again, check this out, other side of the map. Ana continues to farm.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's why they just chose not to. He's getting enough, and it just was an awkward place. Yeah, it definitely looked weird with the 2 supports starting on the center. Ends up working out pretty decently.
There's the
and
shard.
Alchemist
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's not where you want to see him. 100 gold with PL right on his track. They want to be much more ahead in this game.
Be interesting to see.
The shard. You said from the PL.
It'll be very interesting to see now, with the fact that Snowman has this Blink Dagger, if they're going to be able to get better engagements. Coming out over on the courier, I believe. Again, we talked about this. He loves playing Shadow Shaman. This guy is very, very aggressive. It's fun to watch, but the way that OG has been moving just as 5, it's very difficult.
It doesn't feel like the Blink's gonna have too much of effect into what he's playing. It's nothing that he really just is like, wow, I got this hero. You know, there's so many different ways that OG can bail each other out. The shields, the stampedes, just even stunning or silencing the Shadow Shaman who's getting the lockdown. Yeah, it does feel like it's gonna be tough for Stomnim to have a big impact with this.
Skylark will ping out. I believe it broke the smoke on No-Tail.
Handsome devil, aren't I?
Himself on this high ground. Skylark, he has the Blink too, so Blink and BKB. He's got this good initiation for his team for the follow-up, so he can remove some heroes.
Otherwise, it's pretty quiet again.
Yeah, slowed down a decent amount. I've seen Savage switches build like 11 minutes. He is now queued up the Ember. So Ag also got buffed. Duration by 1.
Radiant's middle tower
And it just-
is under attack.
Strong.
God, they still had the middle tower up. Goodness. Different words get used. Thompson gonna try to
Dire's
force
top
the
tower
streak wave
is
off.
under attack.
The jump forward, the blink over onto Skylar, roll over onto the back lines with the silence. Look at this magnetized damage coming out. Plus the life drag. Spartan's gonna go down first. There's gonna be no saves for you here. And that BKB over on Skylar looks really pretty, but it hasn't been able to do a whole heck of a lot. So they'll jump back, they'll get the hold off over here onto Skylar, get a nice stomp down, go Saksa. And the follow-up, Seth's gonna be able to walk away, but they've got so much damage. This is not looking great here for the Alchemist. He's gonna try to one-one out. He needs some help from the rest of his team, and he doesn't have it. He doesn't have Spartan there to keep him alive. Another slight coming out, just trying to discourage them from going too hard here, but a nice engagement here coming out from OG.
Oh, and surprising to see that BRAME actually sets themselves up for this mid tower. They actually showed everybody. I mean, I think we'll probably see that one in a quick replay if we do have it. They showed all of their heroes. So it's not to just have he gets to choose exactly which target he goes on. Connects onto the Oracle, gets a full back to ties on everyone. And set target up. Nice little connection, and Ana just freaks out. He was on Thompson, but there's no way that he was in position for anybody to actually get on him. He just resets the fight now. It's gonna be an Aegis. They're trying to slow it down, but can't quite fight into them.
I mean, how do you even get in there? How do you make things happen? Mafai again. Alright, standing nearby. And they have the ward down. This rush, Skylark, though, jumping on in. They're gonna be doing Radiant still goes down. And then that's gonna be Humblegod grabbing up that Aegis. Stop forward, coming after Spartan. Down he goes. The rest of the side of Team Brave just running away. The roll forward, they'll get the hex off. Focus, running, wants to get back into his base as fast as possible, wants nothing to do with the rest of this fight, just ends up stunning himself, but he's safely into the base, but you know who's not, is gonna be, of course, Dominant. And they're going to big lead here, trying to just get this kill onto Focus as Ana, Seb, all of them, they're just running in, they don't focus, is he gonna make it out alive? Yes, they managed to go and keep him out, but it's not looking great here for SSA Spartan, he's trying to run, Wish is gonna go down though. As Spartan manages to get himself back, and oh my god, Ana, he wants to fountain dive, and he's still alive! Down goes, finally, Ana, it is the Aegis, of course, coming right back up again, but my goodness, have mercy, OG. As now Skylark's got those ticks off, they do finally manage to get Seb, but now Humblegod, they're trying everything, they want to get him out of here, and they do finally manage to slay Humblegod, but that was a pretty big dive coming out from him there.
What? It forced 3 buybacks somehow. Like, it's a little clowny, but all right.
A little?
A little clowny diving all the way into the fountain to try to get this Alchemist. Hey, some of the kills are value to dive, but once he goes into the fountain, it's no longer. As OG is having fun here too. Feels probably pretty confident because Alchemist has been so broken, and you know when you're in these type of games, when Alchemist, you click on him, 26 minutes, you look at that inventory, you're feeling real good if you're on side OG. He's not 6 slotted, he's not even close to it, in fact. So, yeah, they're still feeling very confident in themselves.
Gotta look at Ana's face during all of this, because I don't get to watch this when I'm casting play-by-play, right? I don't get to look at, and it's the face of a stone cold killer right there. Just like, it's fine. All right, maybe when,
Ana never makes any reaction, right? It's just like, oh no, I died. Meant a few words.
Tribute to my house.
and much talent for sure. There we go, there's the smile at the end. I want to know he's having fun, right? You know, we've taken him away from Maple Story to make him play Dota. I want to know he's at least having a good time.
Dominant actually drops the Serpent Wards to try to backdoor the mid tower, but the creep wave is there. It actually does next to nothing. Tower's still alive, 120 HP. Now they won't have that for the next moments. Lots of neutral items dropping down here.
This is indeed
Radiant's
neutral
middle tower
items.
has been denied. Dire are
What does Wish
scanning.
have? So Wish now has his BKB, he's got his mouse jump, he'll be able to pick up the Orb of Destruction.
Dire's
Decently
middle
strong
tower is under
versus that
attack.
Peon away, but still missing. He probably wants to have the Mjolnir. He needs to clear
Dire's
out the
middle
illusions a little
tower
bit better.
has fallen.
And OG not giving that time. Arcane Ruin, Octarine, Kaya Singe. Thompson's just gonna knock down this tower into.
He is having a good time, that's for sure.
My god, look at this damage. 2.2 seconds, they gotta slow it down.
Oh, the jump forward, they get the but the Lotus comes right back at him!
Saksa. I'm surprised he even has a Lotus. It's Well, he
top
has such a
tower
quick
is
loading, I
under
don't think
attack.
they
Top
expected
tower
that at all.
has
And
fallen.
now, no Doom, and he also had a Kaya Sage, so you know that nice little status resist will make the Doom disappear even faster. And now they go
Dire's
feels
top
like
tower
no
is
Doom.
under attack.
no Serpent Wards. Fight's not gonna be.
Spartan has to be so careful with his positioning here. He's going to be so necessary to try to keep focus or wish alive. Like, who do you prioritize here? Now forward though here from Stomina Man, just going to get the Hex off. Another Lotus coming out, silence and the disarm over here onto the Alchemist, life drain, but still regenerating very quickly as there is no mana left for this guy at all. Disarm again.
Yeah, they have to be quite cautious, especially on Skylar. To come
Dire's
focus on
top
anything out of
tower
mana.
has fallen.
Og.Ana just always sending those illusions in on anybody he sees to just trickle away that mana.
Dire's
commit
top
onto this
barracks
melee
are
range.
under attack.
All right, jump forward again, trying to just put some damage over on Humble God. But look at him, he's just getting sliced away. Forces the BKB out over here onto the Doom, which is very far in. Whereas the rest of his team, he might have gone up just a little bit too far, but it looks like with that BKB up and running, he's allowed to walk away, but that's not how he wants to use that BKB, because then he just jumps right on in. The slice of it to ribbons, down goes Wish. He has no buyback. Spartan is not going to make it out alive either. Both of them down.
Damn.
And those, are we fountain diving? Are we doing this? Are we doing this, Anna? He's going right on in. He wants to go and just murder everyone. Stomach, he manages to go a little bit for a little bit longer here. This OG is just not showing any mercy. His Anna stuck in the wards. It's going to help to get helped out here by No Tail, but he's just going to town. Eventually, though. Eventually he dies. Look at his face. He's having a great time playing Dota. Here's Dominant has that hold, but down he goes as well. They have slayed the humble god, with him being not so humble. And Focus.
They're just having fun here.
Focus trying to put some damage on, trying to get him out of his house. Spartan, oh, he is just, yeah, that was a little close.
There you go, Spartan. Got your 80 gold there.
Focus just, focus. It's a little cheeky.
He wants something. There's no PL. They need to get something. They don't want to have any hope in this game.
It's so hard though. Sep's so tanky. No Tail's got all the heal. Thompson can just go and heal him up as well. They have so much sustain coming out from the side of OG. They're not bouncing anything.
Dire's bottom tower
That's not
is
good
under
over on
attack.
the back lines too. Gonna be teleport coming out from Soxa. Spartan, Spartan, he's just too slow and there's no escape for him. Down he goes. He's only dead for like 30 seconds. He's gonna be back up in no time.
Go of your fountain. You know, that's
Dire's bottom tower
That's
is
some
under
mental
attack.
yourself back up,
warfare
yeah.
right there.
that was pretty brutal. And I mean, little things in this fight, like Sox is just doing God's work. Silences are so clutch every single time. Seth is far forward, but immediately covered. She gets the Lotus.
Yeah, No Tail's not worried at all, and in comes the humble god again. He's just gonna burn through all of Wish's mana. They're all forward. They get the Disarm off, and the Karma File will be able to go take out Stamina, which is next to fall. They do manage to get the Doom off, but it doesn't do a whole heck of a lot. There's so many ways to keep this little guy alive and kicking, although Focus is trying the best he can. All right, they do finally slay Thompson. But Humble God is deep in the base here. Buyback now coming out from Thompson. Spartan just gets chopped down again. It's another 30 seconds on the clock for this guy. Focus, Focus. He's trying to get himself back into this fountain. Will they go for a fountain dive again?
Dire's middle tower
Yeah,
is
I
under
don't know why I
attack.
even bothered asking that question. They're just going right after Focus. They get the stuff off over on the side coming out from both the Centaur and, of course, the Doom. He wants this kill and is going to be able to grab it. The buyback, though, immediately. They're really angry. They don't like this. They don't like the fact that this Phantom Lancer has been allowed to basically take a poop in their own fountain.
Pretty much. And look at Thompson. He's like, all right, you guys do
Dire's
that.
middle
Make the
barracks
space. I'm taking
is
buildings.
falling.
You know, I'm not pretty Pugna. My God, OG. Showing really no mercy in this game and just showing a real understanding of how much they just destroyed the draft.
Dire's middle tower is under
Sure,
attack.
he was still decently hard, but the way that they just made it look like they were just nothing.
I love how the game's not even over yet, Bond. You're like, man, look at this beautiful draft. And look at the way they do manage to kill No Tail. That is one of their saves down. Thompson does have to be a little bit careful here because they're hot on his heels, and he doesn't have a No Tail to keep him alive. He's gonna try to go for the life drain again, but in comes Focus. This could be a dead Thompson again. In fact, yes it is. They went just perhaps a little bit too far, but Anna over here chasing after this Oracle gets himself yet another kill. Wish
middle
again.
tower is under
Just
attack.
That was loud.
that goes down for that. Oh, Wish he's still alive, my friend. He's gonna die fairly soon, I have a feeling, but you know, he made it out the first time now. Alright, down goes Wish, focus, running back into the battle. Look at the tips coming out. The Humble God is back. Look at him. Show mercy.
On a PL, ladies and gentlemen. And he got buffed.
God bless.
The show.
God bless. Spartan's got himself a ghost scepter now. He wants nothing to do with this. Saksa. Alright. He's finally gonna die. But how long was that fight? I'm pretty sure they started the fight, and then Ana actually just ran back down mid to be a part of it again.
Holy moly. Alright, like, this is just them fountain diving. Look at the wards. They have the fountain diving wards even set up just at the ready.
Wish fulfilled.
Is there a Roche spawn? Like, we need to get something in favor for BRAME here, please. Roche, 20 seconds. They might be able to actually do this with this, because they have Solar Crest, they've got Acid Spray. Might be able to get it in time before that PL is up, and they're gonna go out and get some bounty roots. Double bounty roots, even a triple. OG hasn't been on the left side of the map in that long.
Yeah, that's because they set up camp in the Dyer's base. They've moved on. It was a new life over the mountains.
These double bounties that get left are that much more valuable with the Alchemist.
They are indeed.
Roche is up. All right.
Radiant are
Oh,
scattered.
This is a dead shaman. So he's buying a little bit more time here. They might be able to get the note. Down he goes. They've got their eyes again over here onto Thompson. He's gonna have to cripple by himself, trying to buy himself a little bit more time. The BKB over here onto Witch, but they'll be able to root into place. As now Thompson, the rest of the team coming in hot. No-Tail trying his best, wants to try to keep him alive as possible. But over on the back lines, No-Tail is gonna go down. Wish next to fall. Thompson, oh, did they go a little bit too far here? Because focusing him down. He's trying to life drain the best as he can, but Thompson does indeed go down. Step chasing after Spartan here, and he's not gonna be able to quite grab it. The Humble got himself, he's teleporting. He wants to be a part of this. He wants to get some of those kills. And there's no fountain for him to dive this time just yet, so perhaps he'll last a bit longer here, but that is 3 dead on the side of BRAME. No buyback.
Back to hell with
And they go for the kill instead of just a 5-man and setting up for the push. You know, they did definitely have a chance to go in there with the PL dead, but
Did they
went for Thompson, and then the fight all kicks off. Chaos goes down. PL respawns now, and now they don't get
Dyer's
anything really out
bottom
of
tower
it.
is
Wish
under
for a
attack.
very long time. And a full butterfly now for the Humble God himself.
There is a rapier picked up. Bogd. Did you see that?
Yeah, but it's not that good anymore versus versus evasion, unfortunately.
Focus would like to give Ana a rapier as an offering to the Humble God.
Yeah, it actually hurts quite a lot. Like, if this was last match, I'd be like, okay. I mean, there's a chance for this Alchemist now. I'd be okay with Peel, but the evasion,
Dire are
there's no
scanning.
true strike anymore.
There's a tier 2 up in bottom, and they just like breezed right past it, and they were like, oh, is
Dyer's
anybody
middle
hanging
tower
around here?
is under attack.
Anyone we can murder? Roche is up, though, and this has the Ag Shard. So who would you put that on?
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
I want Sam to actually get it. I love the Centaur shard, but I think they're probably just gonna give it to the Apache. The shields are just so impactful in this game, and it's always good as well.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
Depends on if they want to be safe or if they want to have some fun. The answer is always fun, personally.
Roshan has fallen to the legend.
Whoa.
Oh. Cost too much.
It's better than my friends. They call him Kentar War Runner, so.
Centaur took the shard. All right, let's watch how much health he can get. As people who don't know, it refreshes. Every time you use it, it gives you 15% strength, and it slows your enemies by. So you actually get to a point where you're like at 10,000 PP if you do get the 5 stacks up. Pretty crazy.
That's horrifying sounding.
Yeah, pretty cool actually. I saw
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
Humble God, the Aegis, and the cheese, the high ground.
The question is, does Humble God want to actually finish the game, or does he want to keep farming up, you know,
Dyer's bottom
heroes?
tower has fallen.
He got the tower. Now it's time to go.
Now he's just chasing after Spartan. He's like, alright, there's not going to be any of these saves going on. Down he goes. There's no buyback on him. Go for the stampede. He's running right into the fountain yet again. He wants Dominant. He's got all the illusions. It's a good stun though here coming out from Focus. You have to remember, he does have a rapier. So that is going to be the Aegis going down. They've got ways to lock him down. They have to be quick about that. Nice silence though coming out from Soft. So buys a little bit more time.